In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make this very simple model of a jet plane. First thing I'm going to do is delete the default cube. Then I'm going to change the view to the right view, and I'm going to go from perspective to orthogonal. I'm then going to add mesh cylinder. To rotate the cylinder through 90 degrees, press R on the keyboard and type in on the keyboard 90 and press enter. To scale in the Y direction by a factor of 10, press S followed by Y, type in 10 and press enter. To shape the ends of the cylinder to make a nose and tail, I'm going to go into edit mode. To add geometry, I'm going to click the loop cut and slide button. When you do that, you get a purple line in the middle. If I click the mouse button, it slides. I'm going to enter a numeric value of 0.7, which will put the cut 70% from the center, and that will be 3 blender units from the end of the cylinder. I'm going to click loop cut and slide again. But this time my center has moved, so I can't use 0.7. I click the mouse to slide. I'll have to line up using the grid 3 blender units from the end. I'm now going to taper the ends of the cylinder, but to see what's going on, I'm going to toggle quad view. I'm going to use shift and middle mouse button to pan in the top view and use the mouse wheel to zoom in the front view. I want to select all the vertices at the end of the cylinder. To do that, I'm pressing B for B select and dragging it across the end of the cylinder. Now I've got two problems. I've only selected the vertices that you can see in the right view, and I've still got vertices selected from the last loop cut. To cure those problems, first of all I'm going to select a vertex from the end of the cylinder. Always, before you do a B select, select something that's inside the selection, and I'm going to press this button here. At the moment selection is limited to the visible, but if you click the button it toggles that. So if I press B now for B select and drag, I select all the vertices from the end of the cylinder and only them. I'm going to scale the selection in the front view. I'm pressing S for scale, and I'm going to scale by a factor of 0.3 and press enter. I'm going to move the selection down, so I'm pressing G for grab, Z for Z direction, and to move it down I'm going to enter minus 0.3 blender units. Press enter. To select all the vertices from the other end, select a vertex and press B for B select and drag with the mouse. I'm going to change the view to back view, and that changes the top right hand window. I'm going to zoom in with the mouse. Now we can see through the cylinder to the front, which is a bit confusing, so I'm going to press click the limit selection to visible button. I'm going to press S for scale, and I'm going to enter a numeric value of 0.3 and enter. And I'm going to move it up this time, so I'm going to press G to grab, Z for Z direction, and I'm going to move it up till the small circle just touches the large circle. I'm going to go back into object mode to add a cube to make into the wings. I'm going to go into the object properties, make sure the location is all 0. I'm going to scale in the X by a factor of 5, in the Y by a factor of 5, and in the Z direction by 0.1. I'm going to select the cylinder, and in the outliner window I'm going to hide it. I'm going to select the cube. I'm going to shape it into the wing, so I'm going to go into edit mode. I'm going to go into face select mode. select the front face of the cube. I'm going to press S for scale, X for X direction, and type in a value of 0.1 and enter. And then I'm going to go back into object mode and redisplay my cylinder. I'm holding down Shift and the middle mouse button to pan the model down. I'm going to click the duplicate button to duplicate the wing and press enter. Then I'm going to scale the duplicate by a factor of 0.5, so S for scale and type in 0.5 and enter. I'm going to move the duplicate up, so I'm doing G for grab and Y for Y direction, and there's our duplicate. I'm going to move it by 6.5 blender units, so I'm typing in 6.5 and pressing enter. I'm going to click the duplicate button and press the enter key. The duplicate tailpiece I'm going to rotate by 90 degrees about the y-axis. I'm going to shape the new tailpiece, so I'm going into edit mode. I'm going to do shift middle mouse button to pan, and I'm going to go to edge select mode and select the bottom edge. I'm going to pan and zoom in the right view, and I'm going to hide the cylinder, and if I press G to grab, you can shape the new tailpiece. I'm going to press Z for the Z direction, and I'm going to move up until the base is square. View the cylinder again, and we just need to move the piece up, so I'm pressing going into object mode. I'm pressing G to grab and Z for Z direction and just moving it up a shade. That's the basic jet plane shape made. I'll show you how to finish off the model in part 2 of the tutorial.